Yo, yo, yo! Could you give me a little bit of your background in trading and your interest there? Sure. So start of my trading was just I traded in high school. In senior year of high school, my dad purchased an online trading academy membership, and they offered full week-long courses at a physical classroom. And I remember going to that classroom and just learning all about futures, all about supply and demand zones, because that's their methodology of trading. And I was just fascinated. I was fascinated that you can make money through your computer, that you don't need anybody necessarily to talk to. Because I remember my dad is a real estate developer, and I could see him talking with the architect, talking with engineers, talking with his plumber, talking with all these people that have to orchestrate in order to get one project complete. Is It's crazy. It really is crazy. And I just see trading as like all of that can be really bypassed, and you can get straight to the point, straight to the money. And you're just trading in the marketplace. Picture a marketplace, and I don't know, 1800s. There's all these little stands. Hey, buy this, tomatoes, 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 tomatoes. Like, and you're basically observing all this, and you're able to trade, and that's your job. And I just think that is fascinating. So, so you had some trading experience. What was the result of that? Any results? Yeah. So, like I said, I took that course, and I started trading shortly after I probably loaded my futures account. And shortly after that, I lost the money. Of course, probably $5,000. I didn't have much money as a kid. But basically, the result hasn't been good. There's so many times where I load money in to the account and I just lose the money. And lost the money by adding to losers, getting your stop loss removed. I moved my stop loss farther away so I don't get stopped out, because I don't want to take the loss because I'm risking too much. And then there's over trading. It all comes down to me losing my head and losing my cool, and it's just not the way to do it. So how did this affect you emotionally, mate? How did this affect you emotionally? Well, it's, I think when people do things that are difficult or that they get rejected at, there's two things that people can do. It's either, all right, move on, move along to something else, or dig your feet into the mud and stay there and stick your ground and like figure it out and weather the storm. And I was the latter, where whether it's to my detriment or not, it didn't matter to me anymore. It doesn't matter to me. It's all about mission accomplishment and what my mission is. Somehow I stumbled my way into, I want to be a trader, and that's it. And that's all there is to it. And how did this affect me emotionally? It's made me determined. It's made me kind of numb emotionally a lot of times. I've seen and felt pain from trading, which can transfer into other areas of my life where I can feel pain and I can be somewhat okay. I think a lot of people go through pain, though. It's not just me. But I'm just saying, in terms of trading, it was a source of pain. Losing money is not fun. It's not fun to anybody. And other people go through different things that cause them to grow, and this was one of the things that helped me grow is trading and really maturing. But yeah, emotionally, it has been numbing. To losing is tough. So what did this lead you to believe? Is from your experience, what did this lead you to believe now? So when I was trading, I knew that deep down, something was wrong. Okay, you can't lose money like this. You can't drain accounts. How many times did I load 5 grand into an account thinking I'm going to make it to 10, 15, 25? I never happened. It's because my risk was too large and I'm trying to do things too fast. And it's really simple. It's the same thing over and over again. And there has to be a better way, because I lost my cool so many times, lost my head. And now the problem is now on me. It's all focused on me. It's like I'm the reason I fail. And now it's internal. Now there's a war zone going on in my own head, and all of this has led me to pursue trading in a different way, and that is algorithmic trading. And it is so much better. The separation from personally interacting with the market, pressing buy and sell, hearing the buy and sell, seeing the profit loss, all that you can protect and shield from, and basically have your algo do it all. And so I learned in depth. I dove deep into programming, easy language with TradeStation, and I started developing systems and a process to create trading systems. How would you describe your strategy? So my strategy is assuming that my strategy will always change. Okay, I have a creative mind, all right, and I trade systems. I trade algorithmic systems. I'm not going to say I'm a mean revertist. I'm not going to say I'm a trend follower. I have elements of both. I have systems that do either at any point in time. It's not a systematic, diversified trend following portfolio. It's not a program that I set once and forget. It's a when you invest in me, it is all of my systems, whatever I may be doing and whatever's working, that what I think might work. And so there's all these different, my system's active management. That's my strategy. Okay. And that doesn't mean it's day trading, but it does mean that I'm not linked to any one symbol. I'm not linked to any one market or trading system. So like trend followers, they're only trend following. And that's why you see decades of drawdown, flat movement, because sometimes the market's not moving like that. Sometimes the market does not trend. So I don't like that. I like an active management approach where I can take trades, perhaps shorter duration, perhaps hold it for 1 day, 3 days, 5 days, and take advantage of shorter term price movements with the leverage of futures. Really, really beneficial. But I don't always have to be trend following. I don't always have to be. I don't always have to be long the stock market, right? Everybody's long the stock market. That's just one trade, and they're married to that trade. If the market goes down, are they going to sell? The financial advisors are going to advise buying more, and I'm just not into that. All right, I like an active, flexible approach that adapts. That's, that's only in the market when we need to be in the market, and I think that's my strategy. Which markets do you monitor? Well, I monitor all futures markets. I don't do any stocks. I don't do anything else. Futures markets, specifically the ES, so S&P 500, gold, crude oil, copper, natural gas, 10-year treasury notes, euro currency because it's the highest volume, and corn because it's the highest volume agriculture product. So basically, I don't necessarily need to diversify to all the future symbols, but those are the highest volume of each sector, and that's why I picked those. And it's just 9 markets, including Bitcoin. That's a new incomer. It's plenty of volume to trade. So those are the 9 markets I got. Name of your strategy. Well, I haven't. A strategy is a lot of different names. A strategy is all these different types of names, but like I said, you trade, you invest with me, you get access to all these different diversified systems, and I turn them on and off when I want to, based upon the data, based upon what I think is going to happen. So it's a systematic algorithmic discretionary approach, which is all these different terms. It basically says, yes, I automate the trades, but I have discretion on when to turn them on and off. Now, the name of the strategy, I've been thinking about the name of the name of my fund, and I think it's going to be Arcturus. Arcturus Trading. The reason being is Arcturus is a star. It's a red giant. It's a big old orange star in the sky. And I remember when I was staying at this. So I was going to that online trading academy course, right? It was like for 10 hours a day, just in-depth dive into futures. I never knew what futures were beforehand. So I was learning and diving deep into that. And I was staying at this rental unit my dad had nearby, a rental house. And I remember falling asleep after dinner at like 6 p.m. because I was so tired. And I don't just like fall asleep randomly, you know. I usually like know when I'm falling asleep. But this case, I just laid down and I fell asleep somehow. And I woke up, and you know the first 10 seconds when you wake up, you're like, where am I? Your brain immediately is like, oh, I'm in my room. Got it. But in this case, I didn't know where the hell I was because it's a new place. It's a completely vacant household or vacant house. And I'm like, what is going on? And I look out the window and I see this big old orange star. Like, I open my eyes and pretty much that's where it is. I don't know where I am, but I'm just looking at this star. I'm like, that is a damn cool star. So yeah, there's no meaning really behind Arcturus, but I thought that was cool because all that was in my brain was trading and learning futures, learning everything. During that moment, during that week, that's my trading star. So Arcturus is my trading star. It's right next to the Big Dipper. I can identify it's a good little star. So that's why I want Arcturus Trading. That's why I named my fund Arcturus. Really, there doesn't have to be a big meaning. It's just a name. But that is all I got. Is there any other questions? Yes, mate. Yes, mate. What are the rules? What's your fundamental rules that you obey? For the rules, I have my rules are just every trade that I take is algorithmically placed. I don't place trades. I think once you get into discretion and you can place trades whenever you want based on a feeling or anything, I think it can get really messy. And I'm a data person. I obey data. I like data. That's why all my systems are algorithmic. But the only thing is, I'm never going to stop researching. So I can't tell you that, oh, my system is just one strategy, one system forever. Like, I just think that's not willing to adapt, and I don't think that's smart. I think active management is the best approach, and that's why you get paid a management fee. A lot of managers don't touch their systems. They just get money in and leave their system run. And it's not the best approach. You look at trend following. Look at the decades of freaking nothing but flatness. I want active management. I'm working your money. I'm working the investment. So that's what I'm looking to do. That's my rules. All trades are algorithmic. Number 2, what are the biggest mistakes investors make nowadays? So these days, what are the biggest mistakes that investors make these days? I think they have too much confidence in one thing, for sure. Anytime I was in a trade, remember my year, I talked about my losing years. Every time I'm in a big losing year or losing accounts, I'm trapped into one position. I can narrow it down to one big loss is because I'm in long. I think the market's going to go up. it's going down. And it goes down more, and I'm like, well, it's an even better buy right now, so I'm gonna buy more. And pretty soon the market goes down, down, down to where I can't hold the position anymore because my account doesn't have enough money. And then bam, you lose all of your account. You lose the account. And this happens. And to have an investment approach that I'm gonna buy the American stock market, and it goes down, I'm gonna buy more. And it goes down even more, I'm gonna go down, buy more. And I just think that that's similar to how I was losing money. So I wouldn't want investors to have that same approach, because I have experienced that on a shorter term. Yes, on a day trade or a swing trade. But this is a lifelong trade that you are doubling down on a loser on. And yes, the market's gone up, but I don't know if the market will always go up. Look at the Japanese stock market. It hasn't gone straight up. It's a stock market. It's an index similar to the S&P 500. The S&P 500 just happens to be American. So I don't think that you should put all your eggs in one basket. I think that you should have diversification in your portfolio. And part of that diversification is going to an asset that's uncorrelated to any of these symbols. Any stock, anything. Bonds, gold price, anything. This system, my fund is uncorrelated. It has no relation to the S&P 500 going up or down. That's one of the tradables, but it's just one of the 9 tradables, and I go long or short that on different time scales. So it really is not correlated, and I think that is really awesome to have in a portfolio. All right, mate. Thank you so much for asking some questions and introducing yourself. I appreciate it. And until next time, see you later. All right. See you, mate.